Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome all the participants today to our information seminar for Canada, Study, Live and Work in Canada. So basically the way we're going to do it is that we're going to go through some slides from Global International College to talk a little bit about the program we're doing in Global, which is preparing students to go to Canada, which is a Canadian Foundation program, the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. After we go through that, myself and Dr. Adiola will speak to that a bit, and then Sean will come on and he will talk about the universities he represents, and he will talk about study permits, how you can study, live, and work in Canada. So I hope we will all have a good time. Please, participants, please put your questions in the question and answer section, so it could be answered within the time we're talking, or it will be answered when we finish. So we hope we can do this in 1.5 hours. We welcome all of you, and I'll start now in terms of starting. So my name is Bolaji Osime. I'm the CEO of Global International College. I would want to introduce our panelists. I welcome everybody once again. And I would want to introduce our panelists, all of the people on our panelists. So I'll start with, can I have the slide for the panelists? Damilola? Okay, so that's Dr. Adiola, who is Director of Studies for Global International College, directly responsible for the Canadian Foundation Program, as well as ensuring students are studying overall. Just as the Director of Studies for the whole Global, but he's also responsible for the Canadian Foundation Program students. Sean is a principal UTPS, so he's from Canada. He's an immigration consultant and also represents 2 universities in Canada. He'll be talking to us about those universities. Leo is his partner. I don't think Leo is able to join us. Okay, now you'll be joining us soon. So we look forward to talking to Leo as well from Laurentia, and my humble self, Bolaji Osime. I will be moderating this session, but I will talk a little bit, going forward. COVID-19 has been a bit of a shocker to most people. Schools have had to close down and continue online. And that's what we have done in Global International College. So in Global International College, we have a dedicated website to online schooling. And on that particular dedicated website, we are also going to be running the Global International College Canadian Foundation Program, which is the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. So I'll just briefly go through what we have done since when we shut down, I think it was around March. So Global International College started this online. Please go on. Just to give a sense to parents and students that what will happen going forward. If for any reason in September we're not back in school, or we're back in school, we still have to do something that is called a blended learning. So it's more than a school experience. It's a global initiative to bring the best education to all our students all over the world. And Global Online is a leading provider of secondary, university preparation, and foundation degrees for international universities in Nigeria. In fact, in speaking about this too, I know some students might be online with us who are participating, who want to go and do a degree, a postgraduate. So we're going to be talking to you. Sean will talk to you, but I'm talking about undergraduate now. Students who have done their SS3, or who are about to do their SS3, or who are doing their IGCSEs. IGCSE is not accepted in Canadian universities, so it's always best to do the Ontario Secondary School Diploma if you have done an IGCSE. And even if you have done WAEC, it's also best to do the Canadian Foundation. And we have a partner. We have actually 2 partners in Canada that we're doing this. Please go on. So our mission is we deliver the best curriculum-based online education for students anywhere in the world. Anybody can join us anywhere in the world. So if you have friends in northern Nigeria and southern Nigeria who want to do the Canadian Foundation program, even from any part of Nigeria now, they can do it online. Before, they had to go physically to a location in Abuja or Lagos, but now it's possible for them to actually sit at home and do it. That's the beauty. So we are making education accessible and affordable for students all over the world. Our mission in Global International College is to make international qualifications accessible. For example, we have some of our students, Lucy, I will introduce her later. She's with us, and a couple of our students who have done the Canadian Foundation Program, and guess what? They have finished. So basically, they have a qualification, whilst other students are waiting for WAEC. They already have, because they're going to be able to do, if they haven't completed their exams, they will do it online. So it's always good for parents to look at an alternative to WAEC or to even CIE. For boards that are not doing exams online, it presents a bit of a problem, but the Canadian Foundation OSSD is done online. We've been doing it for the last 10 years, so we're quite good at it. We have expert teachers running it as well. Please, next, please. So we're going to have a blended learning in Global International College, the synchronous and asynchronous, which means that we have live classes with our students, and we also have the opportunity for them to learn without live classes. They can go online to the learning management system and actually learn themselves. So it's 24-hour learning. They become independent learners, and it's been exciting. Next, please. So it's a blended learning model that we have for the. So these are our programs that are online. We have the Canadian Foundation Program, the UK Foundation, the A-levels, the USA. We also have lower and upper secondary, and we have the International Medical Foundation. Those are the programs that we have online, both physical school and online as well. Next, please. We also have short courses like STEM and robotics. We have summer programs that will come up on STEM and robotics and also come alongside with our courses as well. We also have vocational courses in different courses, in different areas, which is literally not very expensive at all to do. You know, in fact, it's free. You know, so students can join and take these courses. We also have teacher training courses. We have revision classes for SAT, IELTS, TOEFL, and all of these other courses coming on board. Okay. So digital content, one of the most important things is to put digitalized content for the curriculums. So for basically all our curriculums that we have in Global College, we have it online. With the OSSD, our partners, once you register with us and you pay the license fee that needs to be paid, our partners immediately give us a code, we pass it on, and you can access their portal. So you access their portal and you take the courses. And the interesting thing about that also is that you would have access to teachers in Canada. So we are blended and online. And like I said, we have a learning management system that is really fantastic. You know, it's linked to Microsoft. It's called Dynamics Microsoft. Students have over 800 resources, 800 apps that they can go to and learn. Asynchronous, like I explained. And it's good that students are now able to really learn in a different way. From a physical classroom now, they're able to learn and solve problems. Teachers now become coaches, you know, so development of life skills. So it's so critical for us in Global, for our students who are in our sixth form colleges, it's actually preparing them for life in university, because this is the way they're going to learn when they get to university. So the beauty about it is that they're already learning how, when they get to Canada, this is the way they're going to work. When they work, most universities are online in Canada. So they're going to work this way. It's blended, so it's a really good preparation. Next, please. Next slide. So this is what we learned during COVID. You know, it allowed students to be able to speak very well. You know, they improved their speaking skills because they have the opportunity to talk to their teachers, you know, do projects, you know, talk about their problems and all of that. So shy students improved. Then, of course, they have 21st century technological skills. It enables them to communicate properly. It also has improved audio and visual, because they engage in audio and visual as well. And it appeals to many students with different learning styles. So if you're somebody who is visual, you see all the pictures, you see all the resources online on Teams. We use Teams to work during the day. You know, so our students are presently in class right now. Some of them are still in class, they're working. And we use Zoom as well, you know, and it's appealing to different children. It also allows participation. It's relevant, it improves their independence, and they're anonymous. So nobody knows who you are. In the physical classroom, everybody knows who you are. Sometimes you're shy, you don't want to talk, but when you come online, it's easier. So students are able to express their opinions and ideas. faster. Please go on. Okay, so this is the benefits that I have talked about of Global Online. It's a face-to-face teacher instruction via video conferencing with rigorous curriculum. All our students, like I said, we have access to Canadian teachers online as well as Nigerian teachers face-to-face. So you cannot get a better deal. You know, so you are being prepared by 2 sets of teachers. Anytime you have a challenge in Nigeria, you have your teachers that you can talk to. They can teach you during the day. By the time Canada is waking up, you can go to your Canadian teachers. If you still have a problem on a question, you can, and some of our students will tell us how they migrated all of this when they were doing their courses for OSSD. So the rigorous is relevant. We have certified teachers. We have been teaching this for about 10 years, like I said. Our teachers are playing a good role. Teachers have more time to teach and less administrative tasks. The courses, learning styles are met. Online classes are not limited by class sizes. Students are able to take a variety of electives, which I've shown, and they have more choice. Next slide, please. That's the model for the global virtual school. So how does it impact students? It's a self-paced model. Students are satisfied and becoming independent learners. We are able to track their progress online, and they're given the flexibility with the support of face-to-face instructors. Additionally, they gain 21st century skills. That's how it impacts them. It's impacted them. We have very good testimonials. So we quickly just listen to this video, just about a minute.
Hello everyone, my name is Modupe Ejikeme.
Good afternoon, distinguished parents. My name is Dr. Nwadioto Iyakanwa.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mrs. Adonke.
My name is Tinu Sonya, mother to Oluwashemi Lore Sonya.
Following the global pandemic, the school has had to incorporate online learning classes to keep the children engaged.
The school swung right into action.
The online classes made my daughter more responsible for her actions towards her education.
Global was very fast to smoothing the online classroom and make learning easy and flexible.
And I like the way the teachers are hands-on on the online. In fact, if they see your child not paying attention, you get a message.
As a parent, I have observed several improvements and benefits in and to my child that were not present in the traditional classes.
Great, okay. Thank you so much. This is a feedback, it's a little blurred. It's a little blurred. So it's just feedback, but it's difficult to read it from here. So I think we can say it as students are 66.7% are highly satisfied, 33% are considerably satisfied. So that basically covers everybody in terms of our surveys that we did on the learning platforms. Next, please. Next slide, please. Leo, you're welcome. I can see your face there.
Hi.
Are you with us or are you back in Canada?
No, I'm still in Abuja.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You're sounding as if you...
Pandemic.
Huh? Oh, wow.
I'm fighting the pandemic like everyone else.
Okay. It's gotten a little bit blurred all of a sudden. Okay, I think this text a little bit blurred, Dami. So let's go on. I can't read it. But they're really what parents are saying about virtual classes. Please go on. Please go on with the slides. Okay, so we are accredited by Ministry of Education, Center for Cambridge International Exams, Center for West African Examinations. We do have a lot of our students who come here who have actually done WAEC, you know, and you know, what we found out is that they needed more than WAEC going forward. A lot of parents had complained that when their students went with the WAEC certificate, when they got there, they struggled with certain subjects. particularly in engineering. A doctor will tell us about that a little bit. We're also a center for exams for UK, Canada, and USA. So we are accredited to do a lot of the exams we're doing, and we also are accredited to examine them. Okay, next please. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to Dr. Adeola, who is going to take us forward from here and to tell us a little bit more about what we do for the Canadian Foundation Program.
Thank you, CEO. Let's see the slides. Dummy. All right.
It's
this
much clearer
just,
now. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Our program. We have students doing A-levels that will use the A-levels to gain admission into universities in Canada. Okay. All right. Thank you. We have A-levels program. Okay. Okay, we have A-level program. Students doing A-level can use their qualification to gain admission to Canadian universities, just like they can use it to gain admission to even UK universities. But our own program, the Canadian Foundation, is preparing students for Canada universities, OSSD. Even though we also have WAEC qualification, but that, like Mr. Simmons said, may not give them that strong, power to be able to withstand the rigor of the education in the university in Canada. So our A-level students can also use their certificate to gain, to actually gain admission to Canadian universities. And then our OSSD program, which we are currently doing, is supposed to actually put the student on a good stead to be able to attend the university in Canada very well. The top universities in Canada are actually accepting our OSSD students. And we have partners, like Mrs. Smith said, we have partners that we do this program together. We have the E-School, we have Virtual School, and we have Canadian Independent College that we are doing the program together. Okay, and what we also do is we train our teachers. In the first instance, we train teachers in terms of how to actually use the modern method to teach the students. Since they are both blended kind of learning that we are having here in Global, our internal teachers are already equipped to be able to teach the students very well, as well as the online teachers over there in Canada. So we are both teachers here in Global and Canada are working together to actually put the students on a very good stead to achieve very good scores at their exams at the end of the program. We have, this is just to show the campuses of our partner universities over there. And then you have wide range of benefits, like Mr. Stume mentioned, in terms of, our students gaining a lot of experience in Canadian life experience, culture, and so on and so forth. And then there are the lower fees also. These are, we have all the universities that our students have progressed to: Alberta, Carleton, McGill, Toronto, Manitoba, and lots of them that our students are able to actually gain admission into. So many reasons for students to actually get this Ontario qualification. First, is even though it's a rigorous curriculum, and students have been very confident after staying for some time with us. After 6 months, 9 months, they are now courageous, they are now confident to be able to actually work with their teachers and be able to survive the rigors of academics in the universities. And then also, they're able to learn faster. The duration of OSSD is just 1 academic year, rather than A-level that will take about two years. And they're even more rigorous than the A-level, and they're able to actually weather through the storm. Program that we offer here, they are already listed here. We can start from grade 9 up to grade 12, of Canadian university, Canadian program. And what is good here about the program is that the curriculum itself is very rich. It's very rich in the sense that most of the courses are entrenched in the culture of Canada. Culture, living, like so many of these courses like change and challenges in society, even in the sciences, the way they actually structured it is such that, students learn a lot. It's as if they are in Canada already, in the sense that you find them having the opportunity to go into the courses that will lead them to chat with others from various countries, not even Canada alone, so that they're able to discuss on the discussion board, independent study units, and so many other courses that they are doing. This is what we have the requirement for this Ontario Secondary School diploma. They are supposed to have about 30 credits altogether for them to be able to get the diploma. 18 compulsory courses, credits, and the 12 elective credits. And these are listed here. But the good thing about it is that if any student joining us with WAEC qualification, they will have to do some kind of assessment, which is termed prior learning assessment recognition. So they will look at the certificates, the qualification, the credits, and all the scores, and then they'll be able to rank it to be able to grant a lot of credits in such a way that by the time they be with us, they'll be doing maybe only 4 credits, alone with WAEC. Whereas the IGCSE may be able to do 6 credits. So they allow students, they actually grant a lot of credits, they wait, and then they're able to grant credits for our students. And by the time they'll be finishing, apart from the 4 credits they're going to do it, which is with the WAEC students, they'll be doing OSSLT, literacy test also, and community test, community development program. So we have them as packed together, in such a way that by the time the student will be leaving us, they'll be very developed holistically, socially, it's as if they're already in Canada. So we really equip them, the courses, the curriculum we are doing here, we really equip them to be able to face the work in the university, top university in Canada. And in addition to that, what we also do here is to also put them into what we call extra or co-curricular activities in terms of, games, in terms of fellowship, in terms of, social development, entrepreneurship, and so on and so forth. So that it's not just academic alone. They are also found to be very good in other areas. As far as university placement is concerned, it's like 100% of them are, I've never seen any of them saying that they couldn't get admission. And what is more is that this qualification is such that it is accepted not only in Canadian universities, it's also accepted even in UK university and even in Nigerian universities. So that's the good side of it that we are very proud of. And our students can also go to any university of their own, of their choice, you know, when they have been able to pass this OSSD program very well. Admission requirements, we are, I mean, at least for them to enter our college here to study for OSSD, because of the lockdown, we can allow NECO, we accept NECO, we accept WAEC or IGCSE, or even the mock results, at least for them to start, you know, but they must have 5 credits in Maths and English. That is compulsory. And then they have to give us some kind of personal statement, and then we receive also good recommendation from the school counselor, you know. So these are some of the requirements that we need for the student to be able to be given admission into the program here in Global International College. Student application process. Students will need to complete application form, must be typed and signed. NECO is accepted. Transcript for 2 years, previous 2 years and current 1. And then about page of passports, that is the data page of passports, you know, we need to have them also as part of the requirement for the application. Recent photo, passport photo, just to make sure that they are the one coming to us, must be in color, you know, and then you pay the normal fees, the normal registration fees, 15,000. Entrance exam is usually done also, an interview conducted, and then admission and enrollment, you know, process will just follow up the entrance exam. That's a typical example of the OSSD diploma signed by the Ministry of Education in Ontario. You know, so it's quite a very good program which we have been doing for over the years, and our contact is already on the screen, you know, which you can put down and then get back to us, you know, so that if you are really interested. Thank you very much. God bless you. Entrance exam admission notice is also here for you to see. On Saturday, 20th of June, we're having the first entrance exam. So if you are really interested, please quickly visit our website and then register so that you can be part of those doing the exam. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Adiola. Thank you so much for that. You know, so that sort of gives an overview of what we do in Global International College to prepare students. We have some of our students who are on board. After Sean speaks, they will also speak and let you know how the course is. The great thing about the course that I'm sure Sean will tell you is that even as an immigration consultant, is that it puts you on the same level as Canadian students. So when you're applying for visa, it makes it a lot easier. We have not had a rejection for visa since we started in 10 years. You know, our students usually get a visa, usually, unless maybe there's a problem. And even if there's a problem, we have the opportunity to appeal in case maybe because of money issues. But when it comes to academic, when they have an OSSD certificate, it definitely helps them because they are on the same level as the Canadian students. So I'm going to call on Sean, and I want to also welcome Leo, who joined us when we started. Sean and Leo are partners, and they are based in Canada, though Leo is still with us in Nigeria, in Abuja. But Sean is in Canada and has been doing this wonderful work for a long time. So Sean, over to you to just talk to us a bit. And please also remember that we might have some postgraduate students who are interested in studying postgraduate, and some of them are also interested in the permanent residence, so to also refer to them. We're trying to cover all bases here because we have a company called Strategic Students Placement. We place students who want to do postgraduate and who are interested in going to residency. We partner with Sean's organization, Sean and Leo. So both of you, over to you, please. Thank you so much for the next few minutes. Please write your questions on the chat, please. Please ask your questions on the Q&A so we'll be able to answer it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Osemi. Me and Leo, we're from Canada, then we're from UT Preparatory Academy. We do immigration consulting as well. I'm a regulated immigration consultant. We do a lot of student visas. Also, we're officially representing 2 universities. One is Laurentian University, the other one is the King's University College. So my colleague Leo will specify to introduce two of very famous programs in Laurentian University. I'll hand it to Leo first, and then I will summarize the others.
Hey, hi everyone. This is Leo, and it's nice meeting everyone, the panelists, Mrs. Osimi, and everyone else. So I'm going to talk to you briefly about Laurentian. I hope everyone can hear me. If you can hear me, just let me know, because I'm not sure about the connectivity, but I'll try my best. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you is about, give me 1 second. Here. So if you can see, this is Laurentian. So it's about, most of you that maybe only know Toronto. So it's about 3 hours away from Toronto if you drive. Then some of the key things about Laurentian is it's located in the next big city. So like what they're trying to do is like they're trying to make Toronto too congested. So they're trying to move it away the businesses, the government stuff from Toronto and from Ottawa towards Sudbury. So Laurentian is located in Sudbury. So most of the new governmental businesses and opportunities are going to be in Sudbury now. For example, like the Canadian Revenue Agency, they are moving to Sudbury. So you can find out like there's so much opportunity for new incomers into Canada and whatnot. And also the coolest thing about it is like for those of you that know about the new immigration program, the new pilot program, Sudbury is one of the cities that was nominated to run that program too. So that's also a good opportunity down the road for so many of maybe the postgraduate workers that people already have working experience that might qualify for the program. So going into the school itself, Laurentian, it's a really, really diverse school because they have lots of like programs like science, social sciences, business, arts, for the undergraduate level, but also for the master's level, they have lots of programs. It's in a very, very located, like small, quiet city too, so it's not too crowded like in Toronto, but it also is not too like maybe dead or very boring, like maybe like, for example, Ottawa or something like that. So it's a good mixture of like a medium city, I would say. Lots of opportunities there, so like there's lots of jobs for students that want to work in while schooling too. And see, for example, if you can see, they have over 175 programs on the bachelor's, the master, and the PhD level. So I'm going to go into some of the key things about the school. So, for example, you can see like it's one of, like I said, it's one of the good places that it's going right now. So I think in 2018 actually, he finished number 7 in top 10 in family income in Canada. I did a research recently in 2018. So that was the last one I actually saw their research on income. So for those who want to move for families, it's really,
sorry,
really
Leo,
high.
can you speak louder, please? Leo, we're barely hearing you. Can you speak louder?
Okay, sorry. So I was saying for like the top 10, so the top 10 income in Canada, family income. So I was saying that like as of 2018, when I checked last, Sudbury was among like number 8. So it actually moved from number 9 to number 8. So it shows that it's a growing city in terms of like family income. And also they have the federal North immigration program that was just launched like last year. So for those that want to migrate. The next now to talk about is the undergraduate program. So for maybe some of the kids that maybe in like in semi school or like parents are over this, or like students that maybe want to start all over and do their bachelor's again. Some of the key programs that they have is like they have lots of the health programs, the art programs, the sciences, and the educational program. But I want to really talk to you, but most of these programs are generic across many other schools. So one of the 2 programs I really want to talk about, I think that will be beneficial for the Nigerian market since I've been here since January. I found out like the first one is sports administration. So this is really, really interesting because I found out like so many male kids here like sports a lot and they want to maybe find a way of participating in it. So sports administration makes them take like a business administration program, but tailored towards the sports industry. So when a student is done, the student can, for example, go and work, for example, FIFA, or can go and work maybe with the EU, or can go work with the National Basketball Association. So they can go work with, like, world sport bodies. So that can give them, like, that, like, to still be engaged in their sport, but at the same time they're working on the business side of it. So sports administration under the Faculty of Management, I think, will be very, very beneficial for students that want to go into have interest in sports and various things like that. The second one I want to talk to you about is under the engineering program. Let me highlight it for you. So mining engineering. So mining engineering is actually it's like an underrated engineering program nationwide, but it's been picking up recently because of like the law of the program. So basically, usually when international students finish from maybe chemical, civil, mechanical, or like electrical engineering, because of it, so those programs are so condensed. So you find out like there's opportunity is minimal, and like the paycheck is not as high like their first salary because of like how like competitive those programs are to get a job. But mining engineering, like there's only very few schools that offer that. I think for Ontario, it's only Laurentian that offers this program. So what happens is that like when kids are done from this program, because of the field, they don't have so many people working. It's easier for you to get a job right away because they're actually looking for mining engineers in Canada. So one of the things is that like when they are done is like their start-off pay is 15% higher than other engineering programs. So, and also after they work 2 or 3 years, they get their startup pay and their next pay increases greatly also. So it's a very, very good, attractive program. And when they finish too, they can also come back to Nigeria, maybe after working and getting the experience. They can kind of also like help the Nigerian market in terms of mining engineering. So they can also go into nuclear. They can also go into different forms under mining engineering. So I know many parents here probably have never heard about mining engineering before or don't really have interest in it, but it's a great, 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 great program, especially if they want to also get like permanent residency quickly and like things like that. So of those nature. So mining engineering gives parents the opportunity towards getting that program. And the final benefit of it is like they have good scholarship for this program. So for example, if a student maybe is in the 80s range, they can qualify for up to 40,000 in scholarship. If they are in the 90s range in terms of academics, they can qualify for up to 60,000 in for their education for 4 years. But that 60,000 is broken down into 15, 15, 15, 15. So like for each of the 4 years, they will get 15,000 off their tuition. However, they have to maintain that range of GPA they entered that scholarship program with. So if a student was averaging 90 and they got that 15,000 a year scholarship, they will have to maintain it all through their 4 years to keep that 15,000 a year. But if they dropped maybe in the 80s range, then they might give them the 10,000 range instead. So that's the benefit about the mining, is like they offer huge scholarships. So you can get up to 60,000 in scholarship across your 4 years, which is very, very great because most schools generally in Ontario don't offer that amount. And also too, so that's basically the program. So those are I think the main 2 programs for the undergraduate. Masters, the certification and all those stuff. For masters, they have mostly like the engineering, science-related, engineering-related courses. So for people that want to do engineering and things like that, they have it. However, for those that want to do nursing, because nursing is another big program I have noticed here, you will have to apply very, 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 very early for nursing because of like it's a huge wait list, and also the requirements too is different. So sometimes you might have to take even an additional course before you qualify to do your master's in nursing in Canada. So that's something people that want to do nursing should be aware of. It's very, very competitive. So if you really want to do, you have to apply as early as possible. So even to qualify for maybe the wait list, to be ahead on the wait list program, because they give very few seats to international students. So that's basically what it is. Most of the time for Nigerian students for this school, they don't require IELTS. But however, if you feel like maybe to give you a best bet for maybe for visa application, you can write IELTS, because sometimes when you write IELTS, the visa officer will look at it this way, that you're actually serious of your intention to study in Canada. So when you write IELTS, it shows them like you're very, very serious and you want to actually migrate to Canada. So you're taking all the necessary steps there for you. So I think basically that is it for Laurentian University. Their tuition range is about, sorry. Yeah, so their tuition range right here, I can select it for you to see. It's about 25,000 for most programs, but for engineering it's about 32,000. The same thing with architecture and business administration. So in terms of like other universities in Ontario, their tuition range is very cheap. And also to some of the programs can also get scholarships too for them, not just in mining. Some of the programs offer scholarships too. I will show you later of a student that we just got into the program that went to Sean's school, UT Preparatory Academy, and she had, I believe, 15,000 for each year in scholarships. So her parents were really, really happy. And for masters, for those of you that are postgraduate, this is the tuition fee here. Be aware that MBAs are always expensive, and also you need to write your GMAT. So most of you don't do any business-related master's program. GMAT is very, very necessary. Like I believe it's compulsory basically. So make sure you write your GMAT, because it's almost impossible to get into any sort of business program on the master's level without having a GMAT. It's one of the requirements too. And also you might be required to write IELTS too, just to show, just to see your English level. So in a nutshell, that's about it, I believe. And yeah, so that's it for Laurentian in a nutshell. So I'm just going to show you quickly the scholarship offer. So yeah, so she just got admitted in September 2020, and this is her. Yes, exactly. So this is a scholarship. So this is a scholarship she got. So her tuition fees were 27,000 already. So because of books and supplies 1,500, living expense was 12,000. So she got like 15,000 off there. So that gave her estimated total of 27,000. So basically, her scholarship covered her living expense, residence, and meal, plus her book and supplies. So she's only just going to pay for tuition and like the ancillary fees that you pay like in school, like using the lab and all those stuff. So they only did 27,000 that she will only pay for. So the book, supplies, and living are all taken care of. So that's like so at this rate for Canada, getting 27,000 for everything all inclusive it's a very, very good price, especially in Ontario. So it's a very, very good price. So her parents are really, really happy. So it saved them so much money, given her also high the Nigerian exchange rate is now. So that's in a nutshell about Laurentian. I'll pass it on to Sean to continue right now.
Okay,
thank you so much, Leo. Thank you. That's really good. Sean, over to you.
Yep. Actually, I'll share my screen as well. Leo, can you stop sharing the screen? Then I can take over. Thank you. Okay, it's the same documents that I will share. It's still talking about Laurentian University. So not only just mining engineering and sports administration are very famous. They're good at computer science. The scholarship letter that Leo showed you is the student who got this Bachelor of Computer Science. So computer science, they have game design and web data management. So as you may know, in Sudbury, there is a Canada Revenue Agency. It's a federal revenue agency located in Sudbury, the same city as Laurentian University. So they need a lot of computer science students to support their their web data and analysis and everything. So that is really, really good for the students to get a job in federal government. Another one is accounting. Okay, accounting program in Laurentian University is under business administration. So for the Canada Revenue Agency, they hire a lot of international students, excuse me. They hire a lot of international students to work for them, which means that is a great opportunity for international students to get into the career after their graduation. Also, there's a very special program as well. It's forensic science. Not really many people think about this program, but I have to mention this program. So it's great for the students who want to work in the government, like a police department. Okay, forensic science in Laurentian University, which has been accredited already by the association, is for North America, not just for Canada. Also for Laurentian University, not really many universities offer master degrees of forensic science. So Laurentian University, they also offer the master degree of forensic science. It's a kind of like continuing studies for the students. That's a great opportunity, like, because we're not only thinking about your post-secondary studies, right? So we also think about your career in the future and your life in the future. So these programs definitely will give you great bridge to your future career, including those mining programs. Because when we recommend the programs, we won't recommend very, very general programs to the students, because there are so many competitives, right? Once you finish your studying, you meet a lot of competitors. So, but not like mining engineering. So, for example, in Canada, they may need 9,000 graduates, but for the data that in Canada every year they only produce 800 graduates. Okay, there's a huge gap to get fill up this job in Canada. So Canada is one of 5 universities. Laurentian is one of the 5 universities offer this mining program. Sudbury is the city that Laurentian located. Sudbury is a mining city with a very, very nice natural environment. It's the second largest mining city in the world. So which means they need a lot of mining engineering people. Okay, so after, like Leo mentioned, after 3 years, your salary boosts up a lot. Okay, so Laurentian University, they have a lot of different programs which are really, really attractive. Also, we have to mention that Laurentian is a bilingual university. So you see the E and F here, E and F or F. That's the language for delivery of the program. So most of the programs, if they deliver that in English, they do have the same program in French as well. Okay, so it's a great way to help the students. There's like French, most of the stuff in Laurentian University, they speak both French and English. It's a great opportunity for students to practice their French as well. If you can do some certain French, that will be a good point for your permanent residency as well in your career in the future. If you speak bilingual, your salary basically is higher than you only can speak English. Okay, there are a lot of different the student scholarship. That's a huge one. It's like a 60,000 for the total years. So this is the most updated tuition fee for the students here. Okay, most of the programs is 27,000. Then engineering 33, administration, business and administration 28, architecture 34. So some of this, I'll say like 75 to 80% of the programs they offer the international students scholarship, especially for the students who complete OSSD. So like the foundation program that GIC offers. Once the students, since we have the agreement with GIC, we can do is once you register GSE program, if you want to go to Laurentian University, we can get you a conditional offer to tell you this: if you meet certain percentage, you will be admitted by this program, which is you're interested in. If the program, they offered scholarships, we will let you know that if you reach this percentage, you will get this amount of scholarship. Okay, it's kind of a secure, or it's kind of like if the parents are here, I think most of the parents, they understand that students, they need motivation, not only just like a good environment of learning, or well, the independent learning is a great way for the students before they get into the university, because they have to study independently when they get into university. The professors are not teachers. They won't teach you, they only lead you. So independent learning skills is essential for the students. So the foundation program in GIC is a great way to help you to succeed in university, right? So we also, as having the agreement with Mrs. Osami, that we offer the students of GSE students, once they get into the GSE, we offer you a conditional offer to give the students motivation that I know how much effort that I have to put in this program to reach my goal. Okay, that's a great one actually. Okay, so besides of Laurentian University, we also present the King's University College, which is located in London, Ontario. King's University College is a department or a campus of Western University. Western University is ranking around 200 in the world. It's a very, very good university, very top university in Canada, especially in social science and business management. Okay, so London is a great city and they have a lot of opportunities. In Western University, they have, I don't know if you heard, Ivy Business School. Okay, so for the students who get into King's University College, and they have opportunity to get into Ivy Business Schools. Ivy Business School, they offer a lot of different programs. Once the student get in, or they, after they graduate from Ivy Business School, you don't have to worry about the career. It's very, very easy to have them to find a job and with really good salary. So here are most of the programs that King's University College offer. So we recommend the students from the social science. If the students want to study economics, they have it, the finance, the management, and everything. So I want to emphasize the political science and criminology. Okay, so these and sociology. So these three programs for the students who want to study law program, those are great opportunity for them to complete the first degree. So law program or medical school. So law school and medical school the same. They request the students complete the first degree. Then the second degree will be law degree or medical school degree. So that will be not in the first degree to complete. So political science, sociology, and criminology will be a great bridge for the students to get into law school in the future. Also for these three programs, so for King's University College, their alumni are working in UN. A lot of alumni working in UN. So they have really huge network to recommend the students or place them for internship to UN as well. So this is a great point for benefits for the students who study in King's. So the political science, sociology, and criminology. Okay. So also they offer some other like a management program as well. So they do have a Master of Social Work. So based on the last year and the previous years experience, that a lot of students apply for the Master of Social Work really late in in January. So I'll let you know that the mid of January will be the deadline for Master of Social Work applications. If we have any students here are looking for postgraduates, so Master of Social Work is a great opportunity, but you have to apply that early, not like wait until December or January. So as early as possible. Social work is a good one as well in Laurentian University. I mean in King's University College. So they are sharing like the King's University is part of the Western University. You use everything with Western University students. So the admission requirements for Ontario. So this is what they request for Ontario students, which is 79%. So Mrs. Osemi will give you the detail in the future if you're interested in. So here in King's University College, the same. If the students, they are interested in some of the programs, once you register in GSE's OSSD Foundation program, you will get conditional offer ahead. If not, some very special programs are really really hot that they cannot issue conditional offer to you. They will issue a welcome letter. But for most of the programs that I'm sure that you will be qualified if you complete OSSD Foundation program in GSE. So here are the scholarships for the students. So you're looking at the high school students here. Okay, so here the students, you don't have to apply. They will apply those scholarships according to your academic performance automatically. So if you reach certain percentage, you will get those scholarships. But what we can do here is we have the agreement for GSE. So the GSE students, once you apply to this school, you will get the excellence 5,000 plus the entrance 1,500. So that will be 6,500 scholarship additional to you. Okay. So basically, these are the King's programs. They don't have many programs, but if you want to do more programs, you can consider about Laurentian University. Okay. All right, so those are the university applications. A lot of students may be interested in postgraduates. So on the postgraduate programs, we do have master programs like a Western, the same school as the King's University College. They have language training, like teaching English as secondary language. So after you learn that, you will get the certificate of TESOL. So it's giving you a certification of teaching English to those like English as secondary language students. So that's a great one. It's just like a one-year program. Then I think that's 33,000 a year of the tuition fee. That's very good program. There's no basic like background requirements, like education background. You don't have to have it. So that's a great program and lower entrance requirements. Also, the Laurentian University, they offer a lot of master degree programs. It depends on you. This year, the MBA program, they waive the GMAT requirements. They waive, I think they waive reference as well. If you're interested in, I can definitely look into that. I think it's still open. But the processing time is longer because everybody's working remotely, okay? Also, we do have some other college. So if you are interested, let us know your interest. We will give you a direction to different universities or college based on. I believe most of you come here to Canada. You want to get a permanent residency after studying, right? So we will give you some guidance about which program is great for you to immigrant. So mining engineering is one, my colleague Leo mentioned that already. So once you finish that, it's really easy for you to get a job. It's really easy for you to get a permanent residency. Okay. Related to, those are the university introductions. I also will introduce something regarding to study permit applications. Give me 1 quick second. Okay, there you go. Okay, so basically I will use a few minutes to introduce about studying in Canada, working in Canada, and immigrant to Canada. So study in Canada. So the first step that you have to get a study permit. Okay, So to get a study permit, what is a study permit? Study permit is it's just like a piece of paper that for the initial study permit, you will get that in the port of entry. So the immigration, once you landed into Canada, you get through the custom, then you have to go to the immigration office. Immigration officer using your letter, which is a pre-approved letter, to issue you a study permit. So this permit, the visa on your passport is authorized you to come into Canada. So once you get into Canada, if that visa is expired, don't worry. So there's nothing affect you. Just like you don't have time to come back to Canada, but you're already in Canada, so don't worry about that. But you do have to look at your study permit. The expiration date is very important. Study permit is not allowed to be expired. So you have to renew that before it's expired. Otherwise, you will become illegal. Okay. Eligibility requirements. The most important one is to get a school's letter of acceptance and to get sufficient funds to support you. So I believe most of the students or the applicants, they are good citizens, the citizens in Nigeria in good standing. But you have to prove it, as mentioned to so many people, that a Canadian visa or study permit application, it's all paper-based. You cannot tell them that I'm a good person, I will come back to Nigeria. So you have to prove it. Okay, so not just by telling them, they won't take it. Okay, so I will mention one thing that is very important is the refusal reason. I saw so many refusal reasons. Some of them are very, very ridiculous. Family ties, the parents are thinking, sometimes the parents are asking the visa officers, all the parents and relatives are in Nigeria, why they're refused by family ties. So that is just one of, they do that from the template. It's not something, while they do evaluate it, it could be just like a very, very minor reason. So the major reasons, one is if the applicant is a genuine student or not. If you have sufficient funds to support you to study in Canada without working and come back to Canada, come back to your own home country. So these are the main things that you have to consider to prove to the visa officers. Okay, so the first one, if you're genuine students or not, don't only think that I got the offers from the universities, I'm a genuine student. No. This is something, the conflicts that we have, because with the visa offices. So we had a meeting in this January, the January this year. So we want the students come in to universities. We recruit the students. We made a lot of efforts. We spoke to the parents, spoke to the students, do the seminars and everything. We want the students come in. Students applied, they're admitted, but they got refused. Then the visa officers, they don't care. What they're thinking, they are selecting people, not giving the country any risk of security, or they're not giving the country any burden of medical or health. So they are thinking different ways from our recruiters. So they only think you are a genuine student or not only just by offer. So what I'm saying, the most important thing is how you show to the visa officers that you are serious to study in Canada. You will be a genuine student in Canada. So GIC offered this program, the OSSD foundation program, that is very, very important for a lot of students. So why? So some of the students, they complete SS2, they enroll in this foundation program, or they complete SS3, they finish their WAEC and everything. The very important thing, Nigerian students, when they finish SS3, they're 15, 16. Compared to most of the country's students, they are 18 to get into the university. So the visa officers, they will consider if the students is mature enough or not, right? So this is one thing, they're mature enough or not. They're mature enough, their surrounding adults' activities and everything, they are okay. They will think they will be getting more chance to be succeed. Then another one is if they enrolled in this OSSD program. OSSD is Ontario Secondary School Diploma Program. So this diploma is very, very reputed in the world. And the visa officers, they are thinking that the students are genuine students because they enrolled in Canadian curriculum. They are serious to come to Canada to study, to complete their post-secondary studies. That is very important. I believe that most of the students, they complete GIC, OSSD foundation program, even if they get refusal, I don't believe the applicant is genuine student or not. So it waives a very, very huge factor of the application. Okay, so the rest are the sufficient funds and their ties. For example, the real estate, so you can provide like a land certificate and everything. Okay, so that's the eligibility. Do you need authorized representative to help you? Not necessary. However, so authorized representative gives you like a, like us. This morning, one of my colleague asked me in Nigeria that do you need the student account information, or you will create a new account for the student? I have to tell you one thing that we have as an authorized representative, we have our own system to get in. Okay, so we can apply for the students or applicants through our account. So that's linked to our reputation as well. Okay, you don't have to, but as we do this a lot, we're more professional. And I know a lot of Nigerian parents, they feel that this, because you speak English, you think that I can do that by my own, but they don't know that there are a lot of different things using Canadian mentality that you may not know. Okay, we know what exactly the visa officers evaluate, and we review the documents and everything. We know that will be passed or not. Okay. Okay, so studying Canada for all red documents, like, this is what I mentioned already, and online application, which is the visa office they preferred. And this one is a new pilot program, which is the Nigeria Student Express. So this was launched in January 21st when we were in the fair I think that was in Abuja. Yeah. So the students are really recommend to do the IELTS. It's 6.0, which is not what they do request for academic category of the IELTS 6.0. Although the universities, we don't request Nigerian any English, but visa officers, as mentioned, they have different views. They consider if the students who have IELTS 6.0, they consider students have higher chance to be succeed. Okay, so they are serious to study. They see that differently, not only just a score. Okay, so one of Osemi's students, she got a 7.0. I don't think that's really hard for Nigerian students, but just don't be lazy. I really recommend you, if you're serious to come to Canada, I really recommend you to do this IELTS. Okay, no matter you use this pilot program or not, they are using the same regulations and rules. You're not using this program, but they're still looking at the IELTS 6.0 as you are serious and you have higher chance to succeed. Okay, so my bank statement, this is like, to be honest, the visa offices for the past years, like decades, they found a lot of fraud documents for Nigerian applicants, especially for the financial parts. So this is what they developed this year, last year. Then they got agreement with most of the banks in Nigeria for my bank statement. So that gave the visa office access to check your balance, not your bank account, just check your statement, which you submitted. Okay, so if you can show more than 30,000 for the past 6 months, that will be perfect. Okay, this is what they're looking for. But for some programs, they may need more. Okay, this is very general. I never ever to provide exactly amount what they request. It must be more. Okay. Acceptance letter definitely for those programs who are qualified for this program is like a bachelor degree, master degree, or postgraduate diploma. Okay. Okay. Look, work in Canada. So as I mentioned that the students that can work in, for example, Laurentian University students, they can work during their studying. So from 2014 June, students study permit authorized the students to work part-time during their full-time study. It's like no more than 20 hours per week, which is a lot. So the students are legally to work during their study. Okay. Also, once they complete their program, they can get up to 3-year work permit. Depends on how long is the program of the students studied. So if this program is a 1-year program, you can only get a 1-year work permit. If it is a 1.5-year program, you can only get 1.5-year work permit. If you complete a 2-year post-secondary program, 2-year or more, you will get up to 3-year work permit. Okay. So this is the rules for graduation. It's called a postgraduate work permit. Okay. You also can get an open work permit for your spouse. For example, if you are enrolled in secondary school, okay, it's in a college, doesn't matter what program, not English, not ESL. I don't think you will enroll in the ESL program. So no matter what the program is, you can apply your spouse for a spouse work permit. So which means at the same time you study and your wife can work legally. Okay. If you get, like, let's say when you complete your study for 2 years, then your spouse got like 2-year work permit already, then your study permit is soon expired. So his or her work permit will be expired too. So at that time, if you get a job, you get your postgraduate work permit for 3 years, you get a job which falls in the National Occupational Classification 0A or B. It's like a personal management and skill. So if your job falls in these 3 categories, so your spouse will get a work permit as well. It's the same category. It's a spouse work permit. Okay, immigrate to Canada. So there are a lot of different programs to immigrate to Canada, but not really easy right now, starting from 2015 January. So express entry started at that time. So it's a selection system. I think most of the people understand that already. I don't introduce a lot of for the express entry, but I will give you some quick shot for the programs. So because for the express entry that you have to meet these special programs requirements, because express entry is a select system, it's not a program. So what I will give you the quick one is Canadian experience class. Once you finish your study, you get a 1-year work experience that you will meet requirements for Canadian experience class. So if you meet this category, you have to get high points to be selected from the express entry. That time, else is very, very important one in your work experience overseas or in Canada. If 1 year is not enough, you have to do a 2nd-year work experience. Also, some other programs like sponsor program. Let's say if you get into Canada single, then but you find your loved ones their status as a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, they want to sponsor you, that definitely works. Now the immigration is accelerated the processing for sponsorship because they want the family reunion. It helps the family overcome all the hardships or difficulties. So the processing time is roughly a year, sometimes faster. So the best case that we've done is in 1 month. That was unbelievable. Okay. So you do need education, language, and residency in Ontario, settlement funds, and everything of that. So the program, let me see. Okay, so the program also that I only mentioned, Express Entry and Immigrant to Canada. Also, there's a special program launched. It's a pilot program as well. It's just launched this February in Sudbury, which is the Laurentian University located. There, they picked up some special careers or job occupations that they will do evaluation and vet some applicants for the immigration. So including the students, if they studied in Sudbury, the student will be waived for work experience. So once they finish their study in, for example, mining is very, very high demand in that city. So they will consider that once you finish that program, you can apply right away. You don't have to wait until you get a work experience. So it's better for you to get a job in mining field. Once you get the job, you get a job offered and everything, you are okay to apply. So that will be a really quick one. But I have to mention that there's no guarantee. Okay, don't come back for me for any guarantee. Policies are changing. In like for all the applications that, there are so many facts that may affect the result. So as a licensed consultant, we never guarantee anything. So don't believe any guarantee as well. So that is not true. No one can make any control. Okay. So that is a great opportunity for now that the students, if you get into Sudbury, so after you studying for 2 or 4 years, you will get a great opportunity for your immigrant. Immigration that always think about education, language, and residence if you're located in your province or not. Settlement funds is not really much. It's about like 10,000, 12,000 for each person. As long as you have that much money in your account, that'll be fine. They only check your bank statement. Okay, work experience is very important. So for some special categories, you may have different opportunity to immigrant. So language, as mentioned, it's very important to get IELTS very, very high marks. That will give you a lot of points to be selected in Express Entry. Okay. Work experience and job offer international students. Those are the programs that I mentioned. Also, I will get you another program as a master degree students. Once the students complete a master degrees in Ontario, they don't have to wait until to get a work experience and everything. Once they complete it, they can apply for the immigration right away. But they need IELTS 6.0. Okay, so those are most of my speak. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact Ms. Osami. So I'll hand it back to Mrs. Osami. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so very much for that, Sean. That was really thorough, and there's a lot of information that came across from what you have said, that had come across rather from all that you have said. So I'm going to quickly, because we have just say like 10 minutes to try and finish this up. So I'm going to quickly call on our students who are with us today, because there's nothing better than listening to, hearing from the students who have actually been a part of this in the last session. So Esther, are you there, Esther? Esther and Uzu, Franklin? Esther?
Yes.
Yeah, Esther, how you doing?
I'm okay.
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us a bit about your experience with the Canadian Foundation program whilst the global? Just a bit about your experience, what was your experience with it as compared to WAEC and all of that?
Yes, I can say something.
Okay, great. Go on.
So, as I started the program, it was a little bit tough because we're not used to the method, and our teachers were actually good because they helped us get used to it and everything. The materials were okay too, and their teaching method was very understandable. There were some topics I couldn't understand in secondary school, but as I did them again, they were easier and better, and I understood them fully. To my
That's
the
very
test,
good.
okay.
Mm.
Although their method was different, but after the first semester, we got used to it. So stuff, we had to work hard. Nothing in life comes easy, but by God's grace, we're able to do it well and come out with good results.
Excellent, fantastic. And you've done your online exams?
Yes, I finished after the second semester.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's so good to hear. Congratulations. Uzu, are you there? Let me go to Uzu. Thank you so much, Esther. That was really informative. We're missing you guys. Uzu, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. So what was your experience, and how would you advise any student that wants to come on the Canadian Foundation program? What would you advise them?
I would advise any of the students coming to get ready for the stress. The stress was hell, like hell. Oh gosh. I'm happy I'm done, but the stress was bad.
It was rigorous. It was rigorous.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yes.
But we're able to pull through, that's it.
Well, how do you think the rigor had helped you to prepare for a Canadian university though?
Yeah, before I started, like I started during the summer program. I started with summer program, August. Okay, I didn't feel it was so serious until I started the big deal. So I feel that by the time I get to school, like university, I'll get used to the system. I know university is very stressful, so it makes me stronger, simple and short.
It's prepared you.
Yeah, that's prepared me.
How about your Canadian teachers? How helpful was that coming through for you when you had difficult times?
They were okay. They were all right. You know, because due to the difference in time.
Yeah, timeline.
I didn't really to get to them, but somehow we could still get to them.
So at least your teachers in global were able to help you with some of the tough work. So you're looking forward to going to Canada then? Yeah.
Canada, yeah.
Yes. Which university are you going?
University of Windsor.
Windsor. What are you going to study?
Computer science.
Oh, fantastic. So you can look at what Sean had said about Laurentia looking for computer sciences. And it's also quite good to get a job quickly and get work experience and all of that, you know, so you can also look at that, you know, going forward. Thank you so much, both of you. I don't know where Lucy disappeared to. She was online, but because we're rushing now to try and finish, thank you so much, both of you, for giving us your views and your experience, you know. Thank you. So you can mute your mics so that I can now go through the questions. We have quite a few questions here, so I'm just going to start and then I'll put it across to anyone that I feel can answer. Like Esther had asked that students that just completed the Canadian Foundation program this year, how will they write their OSSLT in order to get the OSSD? Dr. Adiola, I think you can help us with that.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. I think for this year, because of the lockdown, we are told that the exam is already waived, so that they may not need to do the OSLT this time around because of lockdown. So they don't need to do the exam.
So it's been waived because of the COVID. So you don't have to do OSLT. You didn't have to do it. That means you completed your OSSD and you'll be getting your certificates, you know, in order to move forward. Let me go on to the next one. Thank you, Dr. Adiola. Does the college aid admission into other Canadian medical universities? I can answer that because in Canada, it has to be a second degree from what I know. So most cases, if you want to apply for medicine, you have to do a first degree in maybe biochemistry, nursing, or pharmacy, or some other programs. So, you know, so we can prepare you for a science pathway for the Canadian Foundation program for you to go and do a first degree. And then from there you go into, I'm sure later on, Sean or Leo will probably speak to that. How long is the OSSD certificate valid for? Leo, do you have an answer to that? How long is it valid for? I would think it will be valid for quite a bit.
I replied the.
Okay, you did. Okay.
I answered the question actually. So there's no expiration date as long as you
exactly.
get it, and that's it.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Are currencies mentioned in Canadian dollars or US dollars? Canadian dollars. Then Canadian dollars. What if a child is not a science student? How would she get the 2 credits for sciences? Dr. Adiola? If a child is not a science student?
Yes. If it's not a science student, I think for the student to actually take the choices from the pathways. For white students, they're supposed to do four courses. English is compulsory, and then mathematics. Usually, the mathematics for data management, and just take 2 other courses like change and challenge in society, writers crafts, or something. There are choices that they can pick out of the other ones. But English is compulsory and mathematics.
Excellent.
And then,
so if you're a non-science student, you don't take a science pathway. You take a humanities or social course, you study pathway. So you don't have to do sciences if you're a non-science. So all the electives were together. That's why it wasn't clear. A lot of questions have been answered. Some people have asked questions, so I will not really necessarily go over those questions because Sean has been able to answer some of the questions. You know, let me go through. Yes. Okay, this person, I would like to know your plan for people who are already graduates, but they want to apply for an undergraduate course. She would like to know, I'll need to start from year 1 since I've already graduated. So basically, Sean, what she's saying is that I think you've asked for transcript. So if somebody has a degree and wants to do another degree, what will the university be looking at?
It really depends. If it's in the same field, I don't think it's kind of overqualified. They complete the bachelor degree already, but it depends on what program they're choosing. If they have some like overlap of the programs, I mean the courses, they may consider to transfer the credits to Canada, like to Canadian, because you can do, it's called a WAEC, WES. You do all your evaluation there, then you know, they bring everything, the courses and everything to the universities. Universities will do the evaluation as well. There is opportunity for the students to transfer their credits, what they learned before, but it all depends on the program coordinators. Excellent,
excellent answer. For the students, the person who was asking, what's the duration of the online studies for OSSD program? It's 2 to 3 semesters. Some of the students, you heard them, they spoke, and they said they've already finished their syllabus. The critical thing, that the message that we're getting across now to students and parents is that WAEC still hasn't done an exam. So international, it was just yesterday that the federal government said schools who are registered for international exams can go on and do their exams online, or otherwise, although we were already doing that. So it's very clear that some of the international qualifications we're getting in Nigeria might be better off when we're having a crisis like this. So parents and students are advised to, you know, do a dual certification. You know, you can do WAEC at the same time and also make sure your students do an international qualification. In Global International College, you can do the Cambridge exams as an international qualification for UK. You can do the OSSD for Canada, and you can do the American Accredited Diploma for America. So instead of waiting for the boards to call you for exam, there are international qualifications. I think going forward, parents must pay attention to this to make sure that their children also have an international qualification so that we don't get stuck like this. I just want to see in the other chat if we have any other questions. Okay, I have a daughter who now who is about to write the SS exam. You know, she's about to write the exams. However, she already scored 296 in JAM, already cleared her papers in GCE. Can she commence her study now? So basically, this question is asking that students who are waiting to sit the WAEC. In Global International College, we are accepting mock results and transcript because we know that we have a challenge. So we are asking, we know that eventually WAEC would do the exams, but what we're saying to you is there's an alternative. You don't really have to wait for WAEC because the grade 12 exam, the OSSD is equivalent. It's actually an equivalent to WAEC, and it even gives you more. You heard what Esther said, that some of the things she didn't learn in secondary school, she learned during the OSSD. Some subjects like advanced functions, calculus is not done in WAEC. So even if you're in SS2 or you know anybody in SS1 or SS2, they can come on board and actually register and do the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. It is more rigorous. You heard what Uzu said. It's a lot more. You know, when you're preparing for university, you need a rigorous curriculum. You know, you want to go and compete with the students who have come from China, who have been doing such rigor, who have come from all over the world, then you must make sure you are ready to do the rigor. And that's what we do in Global. We put you through the rigor. So you are adapted to it. So when you get into Canada, whilst it's so cold and you are missing home, you're already used to the rigor. So you're not going to be faced with challenges. How would I apply for visa during lockdown? Sean, do you want to talk a bit about that for us? Applying for visa during lockdown?
Sure. Visa offices, I mean, the visa application center is maybe locked down in your country, but visa officers keep working. So they didn't stop because like, as I mentioned in my slide, they really recommend the application to be done by online. So as I mentioned that we have our account, we do like applications through our account. So that will guide you, like, you know, the applications will send to your country. Let's say if there's a really, really high volume of the applications, so they will assign that to different offices to process that. So online application will give them a flexibility to process your application. So the lockdown is not a effect for visa applications.
Excellent. So you do not need to wait for the lockdown to be over. And anyway, it's really over in Nigeria. Basically, it's just we're waiting for the visa office. You can do your visa, and a lot of our students have applied online now. They've applied online, and Sean is working with us on quite a few of them. And indeed, if you even have a really, you know, a serious case of like you've been refused once or twice, Sean can look at it for you. We can look at it and see how we can turn it around. So all is not lost. So if you know anybody that had a case that maybe something happened, like he mentioned, that a lot of refusals are really things that should not be refused. And we've done a webinar on this. We've done a Zoom meeting with our parents on this. And we had pointed out some things that Nigerians are not putting in place. You know, you need to do 110% and make sure that you put everything that is needed in your study permit application. So that's why Sean is on ground with us. We wanted somebody who knew what they were talking about, you know, and he's already processing some of the study permits for us now, for some of our parents.
I really hope that the parents can bring that to us initially. Don't wait until get a refusal and come back to us.
Exactly.
That will give us, well, even we're like, I'm authorized licensed representative. Still, that give us a lot of difficulties and a barrier to.
Exactly. Fantastic. So don't wait until you get refused. Don't try and do it on your own. Sometimes you need a consultant. You know, that's the whole thing. That's the message. Because a lot of people have gotten refused because they decide, oh, I can do it on my own. It's sometimes better to get a consultant so you get it through the first time. Because there's a checklist that he has. And we went through this checklist and we realized that a lot of students and parents were not actually checking everything out. For example, birth certificates. You need to submit your birth certificate, yours and your family. And most Nigerians will not do that. So that's why it's important for us to ensure, you know, we can get, if you want Mr. Sean's details, you can contact us, Uzu, you're a student. So you can contact Joseph. Joseph has already set up a platform for all our students. So you can contact us and come to us, and we will certainly put you through to Mr. Sean. He's already working on some of your classmates right now, looking at their visas for them. You know, so I think that's well, there's somebody, Sean, maybe you want to answer this. This is a question, or Leo. I studied biochemistry. I want to study medicine and surgery. How do I go about it? Studied biochemistry.
So what did she study biochemistry on? Undergraduate? Or
undergraduate, yes. Yes.
Okay, so she wants to do her master's. She wants to
study medicine, yeah, maybe MBBS.
Yeah, but has she done an LSAT, yes? I mean,
I don't think so. That's what she wants to know from you. What does she do? What she has to
write her MCAT first, like
okay,
before she can get into the program, so any like medicine program.
Where does she write that?
Yeah, like for medical school, actually in Canada, they have to be permanent resident. They cannot be an international student to study this program in medical.
Oh, really?
School. Yes, but I have to mention one thing, because like I don't remember if you see that when Leo shared the screen of the PDF documents. Do you mind if I share that for a quick second?
Please, yeah, okay, please.
So what usually happens, why Sean is like sharing, is like most students during this process, like maybe, so they come to Canada and like they probably get a job for like a year or two. So they use that time to write in their MCAT too, and at the same time trying to get a permanent residence. By the time they are done, they are able to now go into med school. So it saves them time and also saves them.
MCAT is a standard for all of the medical schools, but for Laurentian, they have their medical school as well. So the government of Ontario, they're developing Laurentian as a Northern Ontario Center. So the Northern Ontario School of Medicine, they waive every year, they waive over 60 students admission of those MCAT.
Okay.
So if the students complete the biochemistry program already, so the student, if she wants to complete another program, if I don't know if her bachelor degree mark is good enough, because MCAT is not only requirements. So they request their first degree average as well. Okay, so if the students meet the requirements or not, we don't know this, right? If they don't meet the requirements, they can think about the biochemistry program to make up the marks of the students, or pick some other programs. Okay.
Okay.
Then once they get into the Laurentian, they have to complete their permanent resident. Then they have the opportunity to get into Laurentian's medical school.
Yeah.
With the no MCAT requests.
I see. Okay, that's the route. That's the route. Okay, that's excellent. Thank you. So there's a route to everything. That's what it means. And what I also hear is, I know that Canada is open to immigrants, people who want to migrate from Nigeria, for example, because maybe for so many reasons, you know, a lot of people are going for different reasons because of study and all of that. So I think the route that you will look at now is studying in Canada, really. So for students who want to go through Global International College, you have the option of doing the undergraduate after you finish with the Canadian Foundation program. You go and do your 4-year program. You get some work experience whilst you're in college. That doesn't count towards your Canadian experience, but what it does is gives you that Canadian, you know, it helps you because you have some kind of work experience, you know, because I think you can do 20 hours or so whilst you're in university, you can work part-time. And then after that, you have a post-graduation 3-year work permit. So that helps you and puts you in a very good state to now start looking at your PR. So there's a plan. I know a lot of people have said to us, we want to have a permanent residency. We want to do the express entry. You know, with the express entry, it's a game of chance. It's a game of chance. So if they pick you and they feel that you have enough points, you can get it. But if you do not have enough points, the better route, and also with COVID now, I would say the better route now because of the jobs and all of that. I know there are jobs in Canada because I have my PA who went to Canada who just changed his job and got a fantastic job. So there are jobs in Canada actually, you know, in certain states, even with COVID, he still just changed his job last week. Got another job and a higher pay. So certainly getting into Canada is number one. when you get into Canada, things open up. And we have Sean and Leo who are in Canada, who are helping us. So even if you need any help post-graduation, you can go back to them. They can help you with your post-graduation permit. They can help you with your PR. You are already their client, so they can carry you along and handhold you in anything you want to do. So that's the message I think has been passed today, that Canada definitely is open. I know that, I think the borders, are the borders open now? They're still here, so obviously they're not open. So, but I think the airports will open soon. The airports will be opening soon.
They're planning that, because like the situation here, it's getting much better.
Okay.
It's like a lot of things are open now. Yeah.
Oh, good. So Canada is open for business. So that's the message we got. So I just want to say a really big thank you to all our panelists. It's been very educative. We've learned a lot today. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Dr. Adiola. Thank you so much for all the participants that joined us today. Thank you, Damilola. Our students, our lovely, lovely students, Uzu, Lucy, and Esther. Thank you so much for joining, and congratulations. Very soon we're having a virtual graduation very soon. So we're going to be seeing all of you at the graduation. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this really special time. So
thank you so
God
much.
Bless you all,
just one quick thing with the bank statement.
Okay,
please make sure, like Nigerians, when you're doing your bank statement, please make sure like you follow the new My Bank Statement, the new app. I don't know if Mr. Simi can tell you more about that. My Bank Statement is a new app where you can get your bank statement and you can send it to the embassy. It's much more efficient than just printing your bank statement. So that's the new order now, basically. So,
excellent.
So just make sure that's something like I just wanted to remind people of about their bank statements. It's always an issue.
Please, and I think a lot of our parents that are applying now have actually started that process. And what it helps you with also is, I think it's about $30,000 you're supposed to have Canadian dollars in the account, a minimum. It helps you to get the study permit faster. I think, how long now?
20 days.
How short? How many days?
20 calendar days.
20 calendar days. So you can actually get your visa, your study permit in 20. It used to take about 5 months. In some cases, more than that. So if you are able to do the My Bank Statement and put the money, it's a lot of money now, but if you want to go to Canada, then, you know, it's a good opportunity to quickly go and do your My Bank Statement. A lot of the banks have that option, and all you have to do is put the money there, and from there, they will upload it online, and also you can send a physical statement. So that's such a good one that has happened for Nigerians, and actually for Nigerians. So we need to take advantage of that. Okay, so I will say thank you once more again. Thank you so much, Leo, for that comment. Also, we have a webinar. So for anybody that still wants to go to the US, I had a question from Jason. He was asking which is better, the US and Canada. I'd already said to him that both are good, actually. Getting into the US and Canada, it actually depends on your documentation, how prepared you are. You know, most of them have the similar consideration. They're both North America. So usually it's not bad. It's equally about the same. That's why we give parents options. So we do still have our USA Foundation, USA seminar coming up on Thursday on the 18th. And on the 22nd, we're going to have a secondary school for students who want to come into secondary school. And we do all the curriculums, the British, the Nigerian, the Canadian, the American. So please tell your friends, share with your friends. And thank you so much, everyone. God bless you all, and have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the week. God bless. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.